Are you tired of dealing with complicated AWS setup just to deploy your Laravel app? What if AWS could handle all that complexity for you? Enjoy automatic scaling, easy deployment, and no server headache. And in this video, I will show you exactly how to set it up step by step. Hey everyone, Farooq here. Welcome back. Let's quickly see what we will cover in this video. Creating Elastic Beanstalk environment, restoring RDS database, test Laravel application with MySQL from local machine, understanding .ebextensions and .platform folders, zip and upload our Laravel app to Elastic Beanstalk. First, we are going to search Elastic Beanstalk, create application, and select web server environment and put application name. It could be any name, and environment name. It could also be any name. And domain name, this should be unique. You can check the availability. Manage platform, you have to select PHP. And I'm using PHP 8.2. So I have selected PHP 8.2. Sample application, because right now I'm not going to upload anything and leave as is. Click on next. Here we are going to create a new service role. Put the role name. Keep here, we are not going to use anything, but we are going to use EC2 instance profile. For this, open new tab and go to IAM. And here we are going to create a role. Create role. Select AWS service and here we will select EC2. Click on next. And here select administrator access AWS Elastic Beanstalk. Click next. Put the role name. It could be again any name. And then create role. So role has been created. Now go back to Elastic Beanstalk console and refresh it. And select the role we have just created. Click on next. Select the VPC. We have the only VPC, so I'm selecting it. Public IP activated, yes. And for the availability zone, I have selected all the availability zone available. I'm not choosing any database here because database I'm going to create it separately. Click on next. And here select the security group as default. Default security group I have configured earlier, so I'm using the same thing. And here instead of single instance, select load balance. So it will create the load balancer as well. For the instance type, I'm selecting T2 micro. And here in the process, you have to modify it and add it. Go to health check. And instead of HTTP code 200, I'm putting 301 and 302. These are redirect and my application actually redirects when I'm first browsing anything. So that is why for the success code, I'm selecting it. Click next. Here you have to select basic and you have to uncheck this activated. Now click on next. So here you can review whatever the thing we have done. Now click on submit. So it might take some time to make our environment up. So I will get back. So health is green and our application, sample application is up and running. Here we can see the sample page. If you are enjoying this content and find it useful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It's a small click for you, but makes a big difference for me. Thank you. We have to search for RDS and we are going to restore RDS from the snapshot. Go to snapshot and here is the snapshot, select it and restore a snapshot. Single AGTP instance, I am selecting it because it's a free tier eligible, and put the identifier name same as a pair. Select DBT3 micro and select public access yes. Restore DB instance. So it might take some time to make this database available. So database has been restored successfully. Now we are going to check it with our existing application hosted on my local system. So here we are going to verify it in .env. Just get env and check for the database credential that we have set inside the env. DB connection, MySQL, and DB host, database 1. This name we have to check actually that this is the DB host. It is already there, that the database we have created. So go inside and search it. Here it is, the endpoint, and the endpoint I'm using is the same. Whereas all the username and password for this database is same. Let's verify that our local application that I have posted on my system is able to connect with the database and I can access it. Yes, I can access it. Now create a sample post. So I'm able to post this message here and it is goes directly inside MySQL. So that means it is been connected. Now the next thing is I want to upload my code to Elastic Beanstalk. So here in my code, there should be two important folder, ebextensions and .platform. Let's talk about very two important folder used in Elastic Beanstalk, ebextensions and .platform. These folders allow us to customize and configure our environment beyond the default settings AWS provides, and we have included both of them. First, let's start with .ebextensions. I'm opening it using VS Code. Let's go to ebextensions. These ebextension is used for high-level environment configuration. It contains YAML files or YAML files, but with a twist. The file extension must be .config, not YAML or YML. That's important to remember. These .config file let us install, package, run command, set environment variable, configure software, and manage permission before the application is deployed. Here in our scenario, we have these three files in EB extensions. Notice two things. File name are processed in sequential order. Like in EB extensions folder, we have 01 permission, 02 composer install.config, and 03 composer.config. So first this file will be processed, and after that this file, and in the last this file. Inside each file, commands are again executed in sequence you define. For example, like 01, you could have 02, and so on within the commands or container ID block. So here we have container ID block. So you could have command block as well. So if we look into the other file, we have command block. So if we look into further, here we are just giving the permission to this path var app staging storage and then var app staging bootstrap cache, and then after it we are giving the permission 755 to the same path storage and to bootstrap cache. So here command is required to run our Laravel application, but why we are doing this, it is saying installing composer. So if I come to the instance, here is the basic PHP application that we have installed, and we are going to install the Laravel on it. If I come here to EC2 and I have login here, and let's check that do we have Composer install. So we don't have Composer by default install if we configure our environment as PHP. So for Laravel, we must install Composer. So that is why we have installed Composer. So first we have copied everything. Once the everything has been copied, by default it is copying to var app staging, and then it will be taken to var app current. So if I look into the instance, EC2 instance that Elastic Beanstalk has been created, I will be find var app current, not var app staging. But at the time it is copying and installing the prerequisites, it is using var app staging. So here we have defined the command. Once everything has been copied, this has been set, and then after that installing Composer, and then whatever the application is required using composer.json. If we run Composer install in a current working directory as var app staging, it will be installed over there. Now let's talk about our platform folder. Platform gives us even deeper control and is used to customize lower level settings of the underlying environment, especially the web server like Nginx. As in our case, Nginx has been used, and this is the path Nginx conf the Elastic Beanstalk, and inside it php.conf. So let's verify where exactly it is. Here we have php.conf, and here is the path Nginx conf the Elastic Beanstalk. And here is the file, and this file is saying go to var www.html. So if we verify it, so here we can see that it's a symbolic link and it is going to var app current. As I have told you, once the application has been copied, it goes to var app staging. And once that EB extension process has been done, the folder name has been renamed to var app current. So HTML is going to var app current. And if we go inside to HTML, let's verify what's inside. Here we have all these settings or all these files that are present. But for Laravel, this has to be inside public. So public has the file index.php in Laravel. So here we have the Laravel code. So if I go inside to public and do this, here we have index.php to be run. So we have to override the actual path, which is var app current to var add current public. And we have to define all those things here. So we are planning to override php.conf that by default has been present here. If I go to get, here is the default file that we are going to replace it using our platform folder, whatever the configuration we have put inside. So we have put this command over here. These file settings are here, Nginx settings, and it is going to override it. So once it's been override, our Laravel application will be working as per our expectation. This way, we can configure Nginx to route traffic properly to our Laravel app's public directory and ensure PHP is executed as expected. For deeper documentation and all the official details, you can refer to AWS documentation here. I have copied for ebextensions. This is a detailed documentation. And for .platform, here is the documentation. These folders are essential when you want to take full control of your deployment and ensure your Laravel app behaves exactly as you need it in production. So let's go back and do the rest of the stuff. I have pushed the code to eb-branch to the Git repo that I have been using, and you can find the link in the description below. Here is the repo, not on a main branch. The eb extensions, the eb platform is there. So I have created another branch, eb-branch, and it has .ebextensions and .platform. Next, we are going to zip our application because it is ready and upload to Elastic Beanstalk. So I'm using here zip and zip file name. I'm just putting outside this my Laravel app, and I'm excluding vendor and node modules and git folder. So it is been done. Now it's time to upload to Elastic Beanstalk. Now it's time to upload my zip folder to Elastic Beanstalk. Go to upload and deploy. Select the file that I have put it here. Here is my file, the zip file, and click on deploy. So deployment process is underway and it might take some time to be fully deployed. Currently it is showing health is green, so soon it will be gray and the deployment process will start. Here the health goes gray and it might take again some time because environment update is starting, update environment Laravel app configuration setting. So I'll be back once this has been done. So now the health become green and our application has been started. So here is the sample application. Let me refresh it. And now my application has been deployed on Elastic Beanstalk. And here again, we are going to create a sample post. So post has been successful. I'm posting after deploying it to Elastic Beanstalk. And this is how we are going to deploy it on Elastic Beanstalk. Thank you for watching. I hope this tutorial helped you on your DevOps journey. If you have any questions or suggestions, drop them in the comments below. And remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.